All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Episode 3. All right,
Okay.
Giorno Giovanna.
Yes.
We'll be teaming up with Bruno Bucciolati.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they are going to find a way to change the gang
From the inside. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more complicated, probably, than simply just, finding a serial killer or a vampire and killing them. But
maybe not so much so as well, because we've got basically the kind of setup, the groundwork for this town being one that needs to change. He'd like to see some specific things handled a lot better. Giorno had his I would say his benefactor slash person that he saved when he was a kid. Not really revealed, but kind of shown to us in that very, very curious flashback bit.
Right.
And I am curious to see how that connection was kind of maintained, or kind of translates into the present.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because that person could never show up again, or maybe not. And how exactly Giorno... Yeah, how it translates into the present. What kind of person he's like exactly.
Right.
Because it's going to get complicated going on a journey like this.
Yeah, because in a lot of ways we could see it being the thing of that was the big bad. That was the big bad, actually, teased at the very beginning.
Sure.
That's why we didn't get to see much about them or what have you. And why they killed someone. Even though it was for a reason that was somewhat good, they still murdered someone. So that's a thing.
Right.
Or it's someone that's going to be kind of like another Speedwagon type character, someone that will be helpful as a kind of a a benefactor or something.
And then there's the whole thing with Jotaro and Koichi of how are they going to fit into all this? Because in order to work your way up a criminal organization that does a bunch of shady things, I can imagine you'd have to do some shady things.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and then also we have in the OP and ED and stuff, we've got our other characters we're showing up here. So I want a full on squad. I want full on a group here, because you can't just go at this alone. And two seems like a good group and what have you. But looking at the Stardust Crusaders and stuff, you could just stumble into a Polnareff, and then having two with one of them being Polnareff doesn't really do you any help.
Numbers is helpful, and it could be that they join up with Jotaro and Koichi, and then there we go, we have a bigger squad. But they could even so far as to maybe potentially even be enemies with Jotaro and Koichi for a while. Who knows?
If anything, I feel like Jotaro and Koichi are going to be the recurring tie into previous stuff.
Sure.
And they, being more in the lawful side of things with regards to their characters, won't really fit in with what will probably be more on the chaotic side of things in terms of alignments.
Yeah.
Even if they're chaotic goods and, don't go into chaotic evil, but more chaotic neutral, Jotaro and Koichi are kind of the exact opposite on the other side of things, with being lawful neutral and probably either lawful good or lawful neutral or neutral good.
Yeah.
So
some interesting complications could happen here.
Yeah, exactly. But episode 3, the style is
amazing. I mean, it's JoJo's.
All over the top, so good. And let's get right into it, y'all. Oh. Football. Yes, Nakama. Oh, and taking over the city. Yes. I love it yelling about how we're going to stop drugs from being sold to kids while the kids playing football are right over there, Gangstar, indeed. Oh. He showed kindness to the kids, On your golden dream. Nice. Okay. Let's get into this OP, yeah. So the people that did this OP are the same people that did Bloody Stream, the second part's OP. Yeah.
Cool.
Specifically the song, but yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of hear it.
Right?
Alright, where's the English part that I can sing along with? Fighting gold!
Jibun no?
Jibun no. Yeah, wow.
Just the idea of an RC type airplane stand.
Oh yeah.
Just yes.
And it's piloted by Bado Company.
Oh my god. See, like there, like a squad of 6. Yes, please. Like, was the Stardust Crusaders 5 or 6?
5.
5, yeah. So
well, or
be...
hold on. I
think it was 5. I would never have guessed that.
I think it'd be 6 counting Iggy.
Oh, yes, counting Iggy. That's right. Yes. And we do definitely count Iggy. Okay. It's a castle. Oh, it's a prison. Wow.
Alright.
Nice, nice.
そうだ、スタンド能力とか言ってたよね。あんたはなぜあの能力を身につけたのか聞いていなかったが、他にもいるのか?
Yeah.
Good point. So,
nice.
yes.
Yes. This is going to be an entire gang just made up of stand users. Just totally. Spot the main character, you know? Please continue straight down to hell, you know?
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Okay. $15 minutes. Okay. But there will be glass in the...
He doesn't leave his cell, ever.
Yeah. And I guess we'll find out exactly why.
Uh-huh.
Oh, interesting.
What's with the faces?
Yeah. Well, we're about to encounter an enemy stand, for sure. Whoa. Oh.
Okay.
Wow. What? Whoa.
つまり君は右手だけで今までカバンを持っていた。羨ましいね。肉体的に無茶ができて。ワインでも飲むかね。
How would you get it to...
Yeah.
渡してはならないし、何ももらってはいけないと言われています。
言ってるだけだよ。人間とは言ってることとやってることは。
Oh.
違うんだな。
Whoa.
ポルポ。刑務所を出る必要がないんじゃなく、出ても出なくても同じなんだ。
Huh.
この体じゃ、むしろ刑務所の方が安全かも。それより。
This guy's definitely a stand user for sure.
Yeah.
Right. But I get the vibe that his body can transform in some way, just because he's so swollen and huge. Alright. Oh! No!
No, thank you.
Yeah, he definitely has some kind of body transformation type stand.
Why does he have a lighter? Having a stand.
何ができるか。ボディチェックを受けたときに。
Wow.
Okay.
あなたのテストに使えるかなと思って。
Dang.
帰るときに返しますけど、特技なんて大したものは耳の穴に。
Wait, what?
Oh!
Oh no.
なかなか面白いな。信頼だよ、ジョルノ・ジョバーナ君。人が人を最も大切なのは信頼なんだ。それに比べたら頭がいいとか才能が。
Oh, well, we're exchanging items. Oh wow, this is one of these tests. Okay.
という17世紀の神学者が言った。見えないところで友人のことを。
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
組織に入るには見えないところで信頼を示してもらわなくてはならないんだ。
Oh.
お時間。君にその炎を消さ。
Whoa. There's a couple layers to it. He has a stand. And it's long range. That might be his way of making sure that he, you know, is actually doing it.
あるいは倒したり、突然風が吹いて炎が消えたりしたなら、君は信頼できない男と。
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
これが入団の試験だ。
That's a cool shot.
Right.
Holy crap, how is he gonna hide that?
ポルポから何も聞いてないのか。
Whoa. Whoa.
彼から何かを受け取ることは禁止されています。
しまった。ポルポがてっきりこいつらを買収。
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, this is...
ポルポの試験は。
Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
やるしかない。このテストを乗り越え、僕は必ずパッショーネに入団しなくてはならないんだ。
Okay.
Wow. Let's go.
中の四角に。
Oh, no way. So the flame is going, but it is not out because it's burning his hand.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Okay. You're good to go. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Although... Flip it to behind your fingers.
Oh, let's see some sleight of hand.
Yeah.
The DM is giving you a DC 30 sleight of hand check. Oh my gosh.
But does that mean the does that mean the
flame went out?
The flame would have gone out?
We'll see. You could say that the life in the fire is the same thing that is in the life of the plant.
Yeah,
so you could say that the flame just merely changed form. It didn't go out. Oh my god, what?
Alright. Okay.
No! No! Huh? No! Huh? The dramatic. Just. Ah! Dude! No! You dingus! You absolute moron! Huh. And the bread, I guess, will
hold it steady.
Keep it steady, even if there are like disturbances that were made.
Yeah.
The idea that he said, "I need you to watch it as well." No, falling asleep. Huh? Who are you? What? A roommate? Oh, it's Koichi. Oh crap.
Wait, where did he go?
Yeah. The Speedwagon Foundation is very well connected.
Yeah.
He's gonna see the lighter.
It's
and
gonna be
like,
next to the lighter.
Yeah. But what if he's like, this is a weird ritual going on here? Oh my god!
Talk to Koichi, maybe? No way.
What is going on? You...
Oh!
It burned itself. Crap. Oh no, now there is an actual fire.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Oh no,
he literally hit the passport.
You don't notice the smoke coming from it?
Where'd the lighter go? Oh my gosh, he picked it that swiftly.
Wow.
That is some next level stealth and sleight of hand.
Insane.
Oh my god.
But the thing is, Koichi's gonna leave after that, so you should go back to the room, right?
Oh my god.
Maybe the trustworthiness.
Oh. You can hear it, yeah. Don't touch it!
No, no, you need to be honest about whether or not it went
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, is he just is the guy just gonna burst into flames? No, no, no.
Yeah. Oh, what the heck? That is a stand of that is a stand. Yep.
Oh.
What the heck? Whoa!
What?
Oh, it gives them a stand.
Yeah.
If they join. So now this guy just got a stand. Oh. Holy crap.
He's dead.
Yeah. What is going on?
What, because he stepped into the shadow?
Okay. We brought back the stand arrow. We've got the CD. It's amazing. See?
Section you be all I see.
But so we brought back the stand arrow. The gang is doing some kind of thing where it's probably making new members be stand users. And if they're not, if they fail in some way or what have you, they're not one of the chosen.
If they don't have the capability to be a stand user, then they just die.
Yeah. And this stand specifically is ripping out the souls of people and piercing that, though, with the stand arrow.
Right.
Now, that's different than what was happening in the earlier parts.
Yeah.
Because it was just their physical body being pierced. So, what's the difference there, you think?
I don't know. I'm really excited to see, though, the explanation of that whole calculator, like multiplication, division,
addition,
math,
subtraction, yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Freaking Giorno stand has a little bit of a Meruem type look to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. What a whack episode.
Yeah.
All right. So, yep.
This
Giorno is going to make his attempt to be a member of the organization. I believe he is going to succeed. But we just brought back the stand arrow.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, a stand specifically was using it.
Right.
In a way that makes it feel like it's not necessarily even Polpo, I
think, yeah.
Polpo's stand. It might just be something where the lighter has got like some kind of GPS thing in it, and someone with a long range stand is just following whoever has it.
Sure.
Or uses their stand on whoever lights the thing, because they don't know necessarily, who is being, tested as a member of the organization.
Right.
But, holy crap.
There was the part where Giorno grabbed the lighter and then there was that little pulse,
Yes. Okay.
So that's probably one when the timer started, but also when the stand was activated, I guess.
Homed on it.
Yeah, like you could, maybe it's, well, okay, I guess probably not, because Bruno said it could be different depending on just how he's feeling. But given that it's a set 24-hour thing, it could be that this is just what the stand does. This is the technique of the stand. 24-hour thing, it sets condition or whatever, right? It's or it sets some condition. Yeah. Once then they accept it. If they fail, it stabs them with the stand arrow.
But the thing is, they said you had two paths in front of you now.
One leads to
death,
and one leads to being a chosen one.
Yeah.
So it's probably just whether or not they can survive being hit by the stand arrow.
Right. Now, okay. There's a couple world building things that we can get into, but let's go into the kind of the recap of this episode. Bruno Bucciolati basically gets him set up with the meeting.
Yeah.
He goes to a prison, which specifically the guy stays in, probably because he's getting serviced all these, fancy food items and stuff like that.
Right, and he has freaking guns and a grenade and things He
probably is doing this just because it's a safe, cushy place that he doesn't have to deal with gang stuff.
Right.
And he probably ate his way into obesity, basically, just being in the prison.
Although he was a bed.
That's probably something to do with just the JoJo style.
Sure.
Or it is something to do with his stand. And that also, if that's the case, that then separates the idea that this stand comes from Polpo. It doesn't have to be Polpo's stand necessarily. Yeah. Because if you assume an organization has a very tight, secure way in order to bring its members and stuff, there's probably more people that are involved in the initiation process than just one.
Sure.
So, okay, we've got someone that at the very least I'm willing to give a test to. Click. And then the organization goes, okay, cool. Tell so-and-so that the mission is a go. Follow that person from half a mile away,
Right.
And the idea of a long-range stand user that just kind of watches for these kinds of moments and stuff like that, and then they equip the stand with well, that's the other thing. With an arrow. That's not the stand arrow.
Right, because we know that there were at least two, earlier, so...
So like one of my like things that I really wanted to see more of again is actually coming back, and this might be where we find out like where these things are made, where they come from, what's their purpose, and all that jazz. So that's a thing. But he seemed to be Giorno seemed to be kind of like I don't know. He seemed to be
he was taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
Right? And he was doing a good job of it, given all the things that were happening. Like good on him. The fact that he managed to keep Koichi from seeing him, when like in getting the lighter and everything. Now, granted, there were some things that didn't work out too well. He doesn't have control over the things that he creates directly. So the snake, it burned itself, right? He had to use the bread as bait basically for the snake. Didn't work out too well.
Okay.
So okay. And like he didn't go back to the room, and then but then there were other things of just he got splashed with water. The fire went out.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. I remember what I was gonna say. He seemed to be a little bit like averse to just interacting with Koichi.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was curious about. Like
why
he could
not
have
just give it back?
Right, he could have given it back, and if Koichi had discovered the lighter and was like about to put it out, he could have come in and been like, no, a friend gave that to me, it's very important that I, keep it on or whatever.
Just is it that this is part of his person, and that since he is a thief, he tends to avoid conflict in general, so he doesn't like, confrontation.
Yeah.
And given that Koichi had a stand that very like quickly kind of surprised him when he tried to get away in the car.
Oh, sure. He's not wanting to mess with them anymore.
Yeah, he's a little bit worried about whether or not he actually could.
Because Koichi could just pose and suddenly he's done. Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. Koichi's still involved in the whole thing, but he got his passport back, so maybe...
And his passport didn't burst into flame. I was kind of waiting for that pin to drop.
You were waiting for the more JoJo, like, over-the-top thing of, the slightest bit of heat hit the passport.
Well, I mean, it was smoking, so, like...
Well, yeah, that just shows that it was starting to burn.
Right. But I expected it to be something where he gets in, he's like, I got my passport back.
That would actually have been a cool way to showcase the distraction, is that the flame bursts for a little bit, then he nabs the lighter in that moment of Koichi's distraction. But instead he rolled like a 42 on his stealth check and just became nothing, became non-existent. And okay. That I think basically covers the episode, right?
Right.
Let's talk about what
the stand arrow here, or the stand itself, or
and how this whole ties to the organization.
Well, we have a reason now for why they have so many alleged, supposedly stand users, right? Because like, even though stand users are attracted to each other, they need to have some means. Because even Dio, well, as we learned, used one of these stand arrows. So, all right, they've got a stand arrow. Cool. At least one.
Yeah, at least one.
At least one.
Yeah.
And a very convenient means of getting it around, right?
Yeah. So my thought is that if this is kind of a new source of not conflict, but a new source of generating story, basically, for the JoJo universe.
Yeah.
Like the stand arrow is now just a big thing. Like it's like the thing, whatever it is, it is a thing now. Like it's not just a thing of where Dio used a random artifact.
Right.
There was this thing there.
It's actually going to be something that will be explored.
It's going to be a bigger thing that's going to be explored.
Yeah.
Just given that it's been repeated through 3 parts now. Like, even though it wasn't said in part 3, it was retroactively applied to part 3 through part 4.
Yeah.
My just thing is that it's a progressively bigger and bigger deal in that it gets introduced earlier and earlier.
Don't you mean a progressively bigger and bigger Dio?
Yeah. So given that, and this is a gang that doesn't have the most positive designs for the city. They're just acquiring money, power, influence, and doing it through nefarious means. do you think there's any possibility that we're actually even close to the people that would have designed something like this?
Potentially, but I don't. Unless they go for something where, like, the leader of this organization, like, this organization has actually been around for a long time, something like that.
Okay.
Which I suppose they could do, you know.
Since the boss is a mystery.
Right, since the boss is a mystery, it could be like some, you know, since the ancient times with all the, you know, the families that, you know, would have tons of power back in the day and things like that. Yeah. They could do something like that. If they don't, I feel like it'll just be another contact point that will point back to the stand arrows and where they came from and all that stuff. And that'll be what basically puts it on the official radar of Jotaro and Koichi, and now potentially Giorno, Giovanna, as being something that they need to look into and get to the bottom of. Right? Because if they have a stand arrow here, either they're pretty closely connected to the origin of them, or they're not. And if they're not, then that means this could be happening in other places too, right? This could be a widespread issue that needs to, you know, handled.
Yeah, because last part we had an alien brought into things here.
Yeah.
And, I'm already like... I'm already wanting to be that conspiracy theorist guy and just go,
it's
this
all
gang
aliens?
is a place that which they can harbor aliens. No, but
I mean, they could.
Like my thought originally is that the arrow, you know, you think about what an arrow is. It's a piece of ammunition for a weapon, a hunting tool, or what have you. It could, I guess, be used as like a waypointer for like a sign or something
compass,
like that. Yeah, a compass. There
a weather
you go.
vane, you know.
Right, directions and all that. But I want to posit the idea that the context with which it's being used here is very clearly we are equipping our soldiers with the means by which they can do great things.
Yeah.
And that's a bit terrifying that a gang is recruiting people.
Oh yeah,
and they feel so confident in their own abilities, because they're probably a lot, like almost all of them stand users, or all of them, with giving stands out just to new members. Like you'd end
be problematic.
You'd end up with some pretty quick divisions just in general giving people stands, which is probably why they're like, trustworthiness is actually the most important thing.
Sure.
Probably because they've dealt with people in the past where they're like, hey, I got a busted stand.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to start, flexing and throwing my weight around. And then the boss comes in and goes, yada, yada, and basically just goes, and you're done. And then just they've obliterated.
So
whatever.
When gang members get stands and then they get delusions of grandeur,
right?
Does that mean that they're starting to imagine that with their new ability they might be able to stand out?
Oh no. I expected way better, Jacob.
What were you expecting?
Yada yada. Okay, so we've got our main character, who in this case already has a stand,
right?
But
so what's going to happen here?
What's going to happen?
Because
exactly.
The arrow could just kill him, or it could give him another stand, or it could do nothing. Maybe it stabs him, and it's like, oh, the third option.
Right.
I didn't think that. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you join us? Okay. Or it could just go into an actual fight, right? Where it's like, all right, you don't touch me with that thing, because I don't know what that does.
Right. So yeah, we've got the stand that gives the old guy, the janitor, the cleaner, the thing. You have two paths here.
Right.
What do you think he meant by chosen ones? Because I don't think that, based on our previous experiences, there was any chance someone stabbed with the stand arrow wouldn't get a stand. We saw animals. Animals become stand users.
But didn't some of them just end up dead, or was that not? No.
Actually,
because there was the whole thing of it being based on if the person was good or not, right? And there was the idea that the people with the propensity for evil or whatever were more likely. But then Koichi got a stand, so that kind of broke that. But,
so no, I think you're right. I think what happened was that the stand arrow was guiding Kira's father around for specific
to find
people,
the ones that were
to find the ones that would get a stand, that he wanted to give a stand.
Right.
So in some ways, maybe the fact that they're using it in such a way that a stand is forcing this, they have to maybe tap in directly into the soul, and that's how they can actually even make it work. Otherwise, the stand arrow is just like, no, it's just an arrow. It's a golden arrow that you stab it through someone's head, it will kill them. Like, it will actually kill them.
Well, all I know is that in this next episode, we will have Giorno Giovanna literally fighting gold.
Yes, that's true as well. Also, the context in part 4 regarding Bite the Dusto wasn't...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wasn't...
Oh, yeah, that's something where the stand arrow pierced someone that already had a stand. And they got a new ability. So,
yeah. So it's maybe the stand essentially upgrades or evolves or basically like taps into some kind of raw stand power.
Man,
or something like that.
If Giorno's stand gets even more complicated than it is right now...
Maybe in some ways it's going to be that he'll join the organization and won't get stabbed with the stand arrow, and it'll be kind of this total like Chekhov's gun scenario where we'll be constantly wondering what would have happened. Because if he had that happen here, it would absolutely like change everything of what people understood probably about stands. Maybe specifically Bruno, because he would have then experienced the old version of things, and then it'd be like, wait, your stand is stronger, your stand is faster, or I've never seen your stand do that before.
Or maybe Giorno...
Could you always do that, you know?
Yeah, or maybe Giorno gets in without actually getting stabbed by the stand arrow.
Right, and that's what I meant.
And that's incredibly abnormal. Because it's like...
Of course that's abnormal. Yeah.
Well... Yeah, but then it's the whole idea of like, wait, he got in. You had a stand before you joined us. You know,
just it's abnormal because then they're like, but wait, you had a stand.
Yeah, how did that work out? Like, we've only been able to give people these stands through this arrow. What's different about you?
Yeah, why did you start with one? Were you stabbed with one of these?
Right, and then he'll be like, wait, what are you talking about? I mean, there were.
He's just gonna be like, I woke up one day and I just had this.
Yeah, and they'll be like,
It's interesting because I want more people to talk with Giorno. Just talk with him.
Yeah,
just interact with him.
Like the fact that we almost had a connection point with him and Koichi.
Yeah.
With all the information that is now known by both sides, that would have been very interesting to see happen. Now it makes sense why they didn't. He didn't want to, run into this guy who has some crazy gravity stand, But when Giorno does start to talk with Koichi or Jotaro or, anybody like that.
Yeah.
Interesting things can happen.
Yeah. But, okay.
Here we are.
This is, JoJo's or just JoJo's.
Yeah.
Bizarre Adventure, after all.
Yeah. I love how at the end of the episode, when it's like, next episode will be, episode 4. It says Episodio, which is probably just like Italian for episode, right? But the fact that it has Dio on there and then it's JoJo around the thing,
around
it's just
the hexagon.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
That's good stuff. Or I guess that'd be an octagon, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. We are in kind of a part 1 of how many situation here. So if you want to see the next parts, the episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about these stories, about anime in general. And you can also talk with Jacob about the book that he wrote.
Oh, that's right. I wrote a sci-fi novel. It's called Battle Lines. It's on Amazon in both hardcover and ebook. So go, check it out and get it.
Yeah. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.